Hello friends, you are welcome to our literary channel Academic Domain. Today I am going to discuss top 50 miscellaneous multiple choice questions from English literature. Friends, if you are new to my channel and haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get notified my new videos. Like, share and give your valuable comments so that we can do better in our next videos. So the very first question is, which of the following is not a work of John Keats? So here, Endymion is written by John Keats, To Some Ladies by John Keats, To Hope by John Keats. So all the three works are written by John Keats, who was a romantic poet. So here the correct answer will be D, that is none of the above. Our next question, who wrote the poems On Death and Women, Wine and Snuff? So the correct answer is B, that is John Keats. Question number 3. Of man's first disobedience and the fruit of that forbidden tree, whose mortal taste brought death into the world and all our woe, with loss of Eden. This is an extract from. So the correct answer is Paradise Lost by John Milton. Next question. William Shakespeare was born in the year. So here the correct answer is 1564. Next question. Which of the following is not a Shakespeare tragedy? So here Titus Andronicus is a tragedy by Shakespeare. Othello, Macbeth, Hamlet, all are tragedies by William Shakespeare. So here the correct answer will be none of the above. Next question. Who wrote The Winter's Tale? Again, it's a play by William Shakespeare. Next question. What is the difference between a simile and metaphor? So, simile and metaphor, these are figures of speech. And what is the difference between them? A simile uses as or like. So, these two words, one of these two words like as or like are used in simile to make a comparison, and a metaphor doesn't. So when we compare two things of different nature, so in that that the words, when we use words like as or like, so it will be simile. But when we compare two things of different nature and we don't use these words like as or like, then it will be metaphor. So here the correct answer will be C. Our next question. What is the word for a play on words? So when someone plays on words, what is a word for that? So the correct answer is A, that is pun. Our next question. Which represents an example of alliteration? So the correct answer is Peter Piper picked peppers. So actually alliteration is the repetition of first letter in a phrase or a sentence, a group of words. So here pa is repeated. So that's why the B is the correct answer, that is Peter Piper picked peppers. Next question. What is the imitation of natural sounds in word form? So it's again a figure of speech. So the correct answer will be onomatopoeia. Next question. The theme is, what is theme? You might have heard about the theme in a novel, in a play, in a poetry, in short stories, in essays. So what is theme actually? So the theme is the point a writer is trying to make about a subject. So here D will be the correct answer. Our next question. concentrate on these elements when writing a good poem. So when you are writing a good poem, what are the elements should be in your poem, in your poetry? So the correct answer is C, that is theme, purpose, form and mood. Next question, which is not a poetry form? So epic is a poetic form, ballad is a poetic form, sonnet is a poetic form. So here the correct answer is tale, B. That is not a poetic form, it is a prose form. Our next question, which is an example of a proverb? So here there are four options. The correct answer is B, that is you can't have your cake and eat it too. Next question, which is an exaggeration? So again it's a figure of speech. Exaggeration means exaggerating something which is not what it is told. So here the correct answer is C, that is hyperbole. It's again a figure of speech. Which of the following is not a poet? So William Shakespeare, we know that he is a poet as well. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is a poet. Emily Dickinson is a poet. But Terry Saylor is not a poet. So the correct answer will be B. Next question. Who has defined poetry as a fundamental creative act using languages? Who defined poetry like this? So here the correct answer is Dylan Thomas. Next question, what is sonnet? So we know that a poem of 14 lines. So the correct answer is D. Next question, what is study of meter, rhythm and intonation of a poem called? So when we study or analyze the meter, rhythm and intonation in a poem, so what is this study or analysis is called? It is called as prosody. So the correct answer will be A. Next question, which figure of speech is it when a statement is exaggerated in a poem? So we had a question earlier. So it is the same question when in a poem when something is exaggerated, what is it? What is it known? So it is known as hyperbole. The correct answer is D. Next question, there was aware of her true love at length come riding by. This is a couplet from the bailiff's daughter of Islington. What figure of speech is used by the poet? So what figure of speech is used in this line? Okay, so the line is there was aware of her true love at length come riding by. So here the figure of speech is synecdoche. Synecdoche is when we uh, express part to show the whole, or when we express whole to show the part, that is known as synecdoche. So here the correct answer will be B, that is synecdoche. Our next question, which culture is known for their long rhymic poetic verses known as Qasida? So Qasida is a poetic form. So in which culture it is written or sung or read? So it is in Arabic culture. Question number 23. Complete this Shakespearean line. So the line is, let me not to the marriage of true minds admit. So this is the first line from the sonnet number 116 by William Shakespeare. So here after admit there will be the word impediments. So the correct answer will be A, that is impediments. Our next question, which of the following is a Japanese poetic form? So the correct answer is A, that is Jintishi. Our next question, What is the title of the poem that begins thus? What is this life? If full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. So it is a line from, it is the first line from the poem Leisure, which was written by a Welsh poet, that is W.H. Davies. Next question. Which of the following is not an English poet? I from England. It means that which of the poet is not from England? So here Alexander Pope, John Milton and Samuel Taylor Coleridge. These poets are from England. But Victor Hugo, he was not an English poet. He was a French poet, essayist, novelist and playwright. So the correct answer will be A, that is Victor Hugo. Our next question. Who was often called as the romantic poet, as most of his poems revolved around nature? So here the correct answer is D, that is William Wordsworth. So the William Blake is also a romantic poet, but most of the time, almost all the poetry of William Wordsworth, revolve around nature. So that's why the correct answer will be William Wordsworth. Our next question is, what is the funny poem of 5 lines called? This is known as Limerick. So Limerick is a poem of 5 lines. It is a kind of funny poem. Our next question, how did W.H. Auden describe poetry? So according to W.H. Auden, what is poetry? Poetry is a game of knowledge, according to W.H. Auden. Our next question, Sassoon and Brooke wrote what kind of poetry? So this is the correct answer is war poems. So if there is a question that who are the war poets, so the answer will be Sassoon and Rupert Brooke. Our next question, where did T.S. Eliot spend most of his childhood? So T.S. Eliot, we know that he was born in America, and so the correct answer is Saint Louis. It is the second largest city in United States of America. So T.S. Eliot spent most of his childhood in Saint Louis city. Our next question, Ted Hughes was married to which American poetess? So here the correct answer is C, that is Sylvia Plath, who was also an American poetess. So there may be a question that Sylvia Plath married whom, or to whom the American poet Sylvia Plath married. So that time the correct answer will be Ted Hughes. Here the answer is Sylvia Plath. Our next question, how long was Rupert Brooke at the time of his death? How old was Rupert Brooke? Rupert Brooke, as I told you earlier, that he was a war poet. He died at the age of 28. Next question, in what form did Dylan Thomas Under Milkwood first become known? So Under Milkwood was a radio play by Dylan Thomas. So in what form it was first time it became known? So as a radio play. So the correct answer will be B, a radio play. Next question, the magazine Contemporary Poetry and Prose, so it is the name of the magazine, was inspired by which exhibition? So by which exhibition it was inspired? So the correct answer is B, that is the Surrealist exhibition. Our next question, why did Poetry Quarterly cease publication in 1953? So Poetry Quarterly was again a magazine. So why it was stopped? So the correct answer is A, that is owner convicted of fraud. Our next question, Aldous Huxley was a poet but was better known as what? As a novelist. So Aldous Huxley, he was poet also, but he was better known as a novelist. So the correct answer will be C, novelist. Our next question, of which poet was it said, even if he is not a great poet, he is certainly a great something. So about which poet it is said? It is said about Rudyard Kipling. Our next question, which of these is magnum opus of Chaucer? So all the four belong to Geoffrey Chaucer, but which is the magnum opus of the poet? It is the Canterbury Tales. Next question, where were the pilgrims going in the Canterbury Tales? So where were the pilgrims going? So they were going to the to the shrine of Saint Thomas Becket at Canterbury Cathedral. Our next question, in which language the stories of Canterbury Tales are written? So in which language? There are 24 tales in the Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. So in which language they are written? They are written in English language. Our next question, Chaucer's Franklin was guilty of which sin? So Franklin is one of the characters in Canterbury Tales. So here he was the guilty of gluttony. Next question, how many languages did Chaucer know? So Chaucer knew 4 languages. Those are English, French, Latin and Italian. Our next question, from which language the name Chaucer has been derived? So the Chaucer has been taken or derived from a French language. Next question, where did Chaucer bury? So he was buried in Westminster Abbey. Abbey means church. Next question, Chaucer was imprisoned during. So when was Chaucer imprisoned? He was imprisoned during 100 Years' War. So and this war was fought between 1337 to 1453. So it continued for 116 years, and it was fought between Kingdom of England and Kingdom of France. So here the correct answer will be 100 Years' War. So Chaucer was imprisoned during 100 Years' War. Our next question, how many children Chaucer had? So Chaucer had 4 children. Next question, which people began their invasion and conquest of southwestern Britain around 450? So which people began their invasion and conquest of southwestern Britain around 450? So those were the Anglo-Saxons. Our next question, words from which language began to enter English vocabulary around the time of Norman conquest in 1066? So when there was a Norman conquest in 1066, so that was, it was a win or the victory of French people. So that's why the French words began to enter into English vocabulary. So here the correct answer will be French. Our next question, which hero made his earliest appearance in Celtic literature before becoming a staple subject in French, English and German literature? Here the correct answer is Arthur.